What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I'm gonna chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video, man, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm gonna talk about the housing crisis first, right? So I just was reading an article like 3 seconds ago. Like literally, I was reading an article like 3 seconds ago, and they was talking about how it's a housing crisis here in Phoenix, Arizona. You see what I'm saying? Because the rent and the housing prices is going up, like literally, like constantly. Like the cost of living is going up every fucking couple months, really every couple weeks, to be honest with you. And I was being sarcastic. But you see that shit though? When I'm about to drop a video, they want to come make noise and shit. But anyway, agents. But anyway, check this shit out, right? So it's I'm reading an article and they got something out here called a constable or some shit like that. Constable. I'm not sure. It's like a person who served eviction notices here in Arizona. So the lady in the article, I forgot her name. I ain't gonna lie. They just keep on the ride past and shit. Bitch, take another route with that. And I'm on some funny shit. But look, anyway though. So I forgot the lady name in the article, but she's like a constable or whatever it's called, constable or some shit. A person who serves eviction notices to tenants, and she's one of 26 that's here in Maricopa County. And she said literally that from her own, because it's her job to serve eviction notices. She said every time that she knocks on somebody's door, somebody's about to become homeless. You see what I'm saying? Because she's serving them an eviction notice. And I know that to be a fact because one, I've seen it with my own eyes. Like literally a couple months ago, I seen it. Like literally, I seen it. Like you know what I'm saying? I had a roommate, and this nigga was on some corrupt shit, like some completely satanic shit. Like if you go back up to my backup channel that YouTube had basically took from me because I'm locked out of it. I don't have access to it. I can't even get back in it. Like it's still up, but I can't get back into it. And I had did a video like a month ago, month and a half ago, when I was exposed in that situation, how he was getting evicted and shit because he dude got a job and everything, but he not paying his rent. He buying crack and buying weed and doing all type of weird shit, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like that's the shit I don't understand. Me personally, I'm in this situation because I got robbed at an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying, for $7,000. If you've been paying attention to the message, you understand. I've been saying this. This happened last year in South Mountain at this Airbnb. I was staying at this Airbnb, but I was at that same Airbnb for like 6 months, going to work, paying my rent, saving up money to go to school, all that type of shit. And I end up getting jumped and robbed by some niggas and shit, right? And yes, if I do see them, I'm going to kill them. That's just what it is. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm in this situation. But I'm not like mentally fucked up. I'm trying to get myself out of this situation. You see what I'm saying? Looking for another job. You know what I'm saying? I got a few side hustles, but that's not enough to, to maintain. I mean, it's enough to maintain, but it's not enough to actually cover the cost of living. At least not here in Phoenix or whatever. But it's just crazy because they telling you in your face, like they telling motherfuckers in their face that this is what they doing, this is what's going on, this is why you see so many homeless people. That's why when I see somebody homeless and shit, me personally, I don't judge them because you know what I'm saying. Like I've been in that situation myself. I'm in that situation myself. But everybody that's homeless, not a drug addict. You see what I'm saying? Me, I don't do fentanyl. I don't do that shit. Smoke a little bit of weed. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of tobacco, a little bit of beer. That's pretty much it. But I can control this shit. Like if I know I got to sacrifice something, like damn man, I can't afford to get the weed. I'm like $1 short. This and that. Fuck it. I'm just need to save my money or get something I need as a priority. I can't get the weed today. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to make these type of sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I understand that, but as a victim of circumstance and looking at all these other homeless people because everybody homeless, like I said, they're not on drugs, but a lot of people are on drugs, and they probably didn't start off like that because you're not born like that. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I understand this blah blah blah. A few different cases of rare cases of people being born like that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm speaking as a, like a normal human being. Like you're not born like that. We're not born like that. You know, like that was put on to you. So someone, something happened to that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously something traumatizing happened to that person to the point where they say, okay, I'm gonna start using drugs. I'm gonna take my life. I'm gonna give up. Something obviously drastic happened. Like that's what people don't understand. Instead of judging the motherfucker, why don't you help the motherfucker? Okay, and if you can't help the motherfucker, why don't you at least try to understand the motherfucker? And that don't necessarily mean you don't have to spark a conversation up with them or nothing like that, but just put yourself in their shoes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people don't like doing that because they don't want to see the truth. But this is crazy because this is what's really going on here in America right now. Is that like I was just reading in this article, and this article just came out. Damn near, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know when it came out. It came out recently though, like either last night or a couple hours ago. One of the two. It just literally came out, and these people are telling you from I guess you could say a government perspective that they seeing the homelessness shit happen to people before they even become homeless. They sending people eviction notices because they can't afford to pay their rent because the cost of living is going up, or they not paying their rent at all. You know what I'm saying? Like the roommate I had, that fucking clown. And I feel like that nigga tried to send some niggas at me, but I knocked dude bitch ass out. But anyway, that's a different story. And I seen that fuck nigga too, like riding past and shit on some weird shit. I'm telling you, if I catch that nigga, I don't even do shit like this, but I'm gonna cut that motherfucker body. I'm gonna cut that nigga body parts up and throw that nigga in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? I don't even be on that type of time, but that's how much I dislike that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally fuck that motherfucker completely up. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, man, it's just like this shit crazy because like you see this shit happen right in front of your eyes, like, and then motherfuckers got the nerve to say why people leaving America. You don't see the cost of living going up. Yeah, you have a job, but nigga, if you got kids, that's an extra expense. Nigga, you got a car, you don't own your car, you still paying car notes on it. Nigga, that's an extra expense. You gotta pay for food, nigga, that's an extra expense. Nigga, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got Peacock, you got Crunchyroll, all this extra shit. You got YouTube Premium, that's an extra bill. You like to drink, you like to smoke, you like to do your little G or whatever the fuck you like to do. That is an extra bill. So it's just bills on top of bills on top of bills. So if you're not taking care of your priorities and sacrificing, because that's what you have to do in the adult world. You know what I'm saying? I used to live overseas. I got a passport. I used to live in Australia. I had my own apartment. I used to live in a fucking mansion. I mean, first I had the apartment first. You know, you got to work your way up. But I'm saying right before my visa got canceled and shit, nigga, I was living in a fucking mansion. I had a job. I was doing everything. I had everything literally at my fingertips, bro. Like my YouTube channel was thriving. You know what I'm saying? Slang term, my shit was bussing. I had it all. I had all the new Xbox games. I had the best weed. I had all the Australian hoes. I'm just telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But then my visa got canceled. Lost that shit overnight. So you can lose your shit overnight. It don't matter who you is, how much money you say you got, how much money you think you got. Mother Nature or anything could come through. Hurricane, which is still Mother Nature, could come through and tear all your shit up. Your house could burn down. You lose all your shit. You can get robbed like me in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And you can lose all your shit, like anything, bro. And the worst thing, or the worst, motherfucker could take your life, and now you can't do nothing. You see what I'm saying? So, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, you have to really have compassion and start understanding it from a different point of view because just because it hasn't happened to you yet, don't mean it can't happen, and don't mean that it can't happen to somebody in your family. It just hasn't happened yet. It's like I did a video, and like I don't know, like a week ago. I don't know. Um, Excuse me. I don't know when I did this particular video, but I did a video probably like a couple weeks ago or something like that, and I was talking about train of thought. I was talking about I forget what I was talking about. It was something important. That shit crazy. They just wiped my fucking mind like that though. But damn, I made a video about something. It was obviously it was important, but if it's important, it'll come back to my mind. You know, but yeah, bro, like this shit. Me personally, I feel like this shit is being orchestrated. Like, for example, like you know how many people right now they got jobs and they still struggling because they got all these extra bills. And me personally, I don't have any kids. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that. Oh, you might have kids. You don't know about none of that shit because I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like but I know for a fact I don't have any children, and I'm not against having children. You know what I'm saying? It's just it got to be with the right female. Got to be with the right person. I'm not just gonna get any type of hoe pregnant and be going through this goofy shit. You know that's a lot of people's story too. They got the wrong person pregnant or they got pregnant by the wrong motherfucker. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's this shit is all fucked up. But I'm not trying to go through that. That's one last thing I ain't trying to go through. That's why me personally is like yeah. I mean, it ain't nothing necessarily wrong with dating or nothing like that. But it's like just basically just know who you dealing with type shit. Long story short. But yeah, man, like it's just crazy because like so many people that got jobs and they still struggling themselves. Like the people who serve people eviction notices, they got to make sure they take their ass to work and do what they got to do, or they gonna be serving their own damn self an eviction notice, or be getting served an eviction notice by somebody that's one of their coworkers or some shit. And it's crazy because I talked to plenty of people. You know, they doing better now, but they told me like, yeah, man, I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. Nobody knew because you know I took care of myself and did what I was supposed to do. But yeah, man, this is my situation. It's fucked up. But oh yeah, okay, I remember what I had made the video about too. That's crazy. But yeah, man, it's fucked up. But this is just life, man, and it's just crazy that shit has to become like this. But all this shit is corruption that's trickling down from the higher ups. And that video that I said I made a couple weeks ago, basically I was talking about how a lot of people in America at one point in time they were living the American dream. You still got a lot of people that is living the American dream. I've lived the American dream my damn self a few times, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it does feel good. You know what I'm saying? So it's the truth. It do, especially like when you touching this shit 10, 15 years later. You gotta remember, it's been motherfuckers who've been living the American dream since the goddamn 60s, since the goddamn 80s, since the 90s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who've been doing this shit. I just started doing this shit like what, 2018, 2019? So it's like, I'm getting the short end of the stick, you know, but still, like the American dream, it does feel good though, but it's becoming extinct, man. Like, it's becoming something that, like, if you ain't already then built this empire and you got it, then you just ain't gonna have it. And you can get it. I'm not saying you can't get it. You can get it, but you gotta damn near work 15 times as harder, bro. Like that's just some bullshit, man. Like it's crazy. But yeah, like I was saying, like in that video that I did a couple weeks ago on my backup channel that YouTube took, it's like a lot of Americans and shit was living the American dream, but it was on a high level, a low level, an intermediate level, whatever the case may be, they was living the American dream, and people wasn't feeling the recession like that. Like niggas knew it was recession going on. Motherfuckers was still able to pay their bills. They was still getting paid, had money in their pocket, blah blah blah. But then shit started to happen. Well, motherfuckers like, damn, I'm broker than I ever been. And it just started to hit different Americans. And some people become homeless. Some motherfuckers committed suicide because they couldn't take it. Some motherfuckers got strung out on drugs. You know, just all different type of shit that was just going on. Now, a lot of people was out here homeless. A lot of people have committed suicide. A lot of people was committing homicides. And it's just crazy, bro. Like, a lot of people starting to feel it now. Like, I'm even one of the people that's starting to feel it now or that has felt it because, like I told you, a couple years ago, I was just in Australia living in a fucking mansion. I had a job, getting paid every week, doing everything I was supposed to do. I'm drinking the best Australian beers. You know what I'm saying? Drinking the best Mexican beers because they got a lot of Mexican culture out there in Australia too. If you don't know, um, just drinking the best shit, man. Smoking the best weed. I'm talking about the best weed you could ever think about. Because weed is illegal in Australia. You know what I'm saying? But I was finding people like growers. Them niggas, man, they had that shit. Like the last weed that I had bought before I had left Australia, it was a strain called Platinum Cookies, which is I think that's Platinum OG crossed with Girl Scout cookies, and they make Platinum cookies, nigga. That shit was fire. Like I was high for like 4 days, like, and it still had a blunt left. That shit was crazy, man. But anyway, so many memories. But yeah, man, like, I wasn't feeling it back then, and it's crazy because before I was in Australia, I was homeless because of some bad decision making on my part. You see, what I'm saying, it's all about taking accountability at the same time. And once I overcame that, I started to do better. And then visa got canceled, sent back to America, and then boom, motherfuckers really start feeling it. And I was still working and had jobs and shit, but I wasn't getting as much money as I was getting in Australia. In Australia, they started me off with $25 an hour out the gate. So I was getting to a bag, you know what I'm saying, every week. So it's just a different experience, man. But yeah, man, like it's just crazy because so many people are starting to feel like just this energy of like what's going on. Like I don't even know what you want to call it. Like some people call it the great reset. Some people call it a recession. Some people call it the end of the world. You know, shit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hold on, where my goddamn matches at?